Okay, my phone skipped out.
People go to bed?
I'm not sure. She might be out in her car talking to Skylar.
Yeah. Oh, she's in bed.
Oh, sorry, Ashley.
We won't be so loud
I'm
anymore.
not trying to be loud.
Okay. Huh?
Okay.
Wonder
Sleep
where
good,
you're-
Ash. I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, her's in bed. Oh, that fire feels good.
It looks pretty. My phone glitched out and had to switch memory storage. And the video I started was only 16 minutes.
Oh no.
Yeah, so from when I
Oh,
lit it,
crap.
yeah, you were about right. That was probably only 5.
Oh.
I guess I was just really excited and time was going super slow.
Yes, you were completely like over the top.
I was super trying to be calm.
You
Super
were
trying to
not
be
calm at
calm.
all. No. Calm did not describe any part of your being. I'm trying to decide what to cook for Monday. Because tomorrow I'm going to church and then we're going to the expo. But Nick's out of, like I try to make enough food so that he's got food for a few days.
An expo where?
In Riverside, the bridal
Okay.
expo. Me and Boo are going to have church.
Oh,
Go see if I can find a dress.
okay. Sounds like fun.
So by the time I get home, I'm sure I won't feel like going over there cooking. But Monday,
No,
we've got our
yeah.
second.
You want me to make something so you girls have something
No,
here?
I'm gonna go over to Nick's and cook.
Oh, okay.
She's leaving tomorrow at 6.
Okay.
So
Emery's not coming over.
no. But I'm trying to figure out what to cook at Nick's. I'm kind of thinking about lasagna, but then I kind of thought maybe I'll do a ramen bar, but I can't.
Chicken Alfredo with some zucchini broccoli side. Like zucchini, broccoli, potato.
I do have garlic bread in the freezer. That might
Some
work.
collard green or something.
Well, if we do the chicken Alfredo, we'll just put the mushrooms and mushrooms and spinach or mushrooms and broccoli in the Alfredo, and we'll have that and
That
garlic bread
sounds
and a
good.
salad.
Yeah,
That
I'd
sounds
probably
good.
throw some
Yeah,
spinach in
because
there
he's got
too.
chicken.
Maybe
Okay,
some
good. That's a
cheese.
good idea. I like that.
Little
He's
bit
got
of
chicken.
cheese.
I've got the Alfredo sauce. That's a good idea. I've got the noodles. I don't buy much. You're so smart.
That sounds good.
I think we'll do that.
Yeah, I think I need to put a little more. It looks like it's calming down a little too much. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to keep it open, but I want to watch what it does.
I like the way that one right in the front, on the right there, it's like a circle. I like the way that's running.
The top one?
No, right by the door.
Here?
It's like a semicircle.
The square? Oh, that's probably the grain. I used one of those 2x.
I really like the way that's burning. Looks cool.
That's
Super hot, huh?
really hot.
Yeah.
Man,
You got it screaming, buddy.
really hot.
You got it screaming.
Well, it's got magnets in it and a coil. It's like
It has to.
extra screaming beyond screaming. It's roaring plasma. Is there like a skinny small? No, it's not small. I guess it's this. Good stuff. That's a good part of stuff. So give or take 25, 26 minutes in. Wait, no, it's 16 and 9. Yeah, 25, 26 minutes. 26. Safe. And it's 10 o'clock. Wait, no. Yeah. it seems to sustain itself, and then because of that sustaining, it gets like an extra electric field, so it amplifies itself and it becomes unstable again. Stabilizes, and then woo 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 stabilizes. Wow, that one was big.
Thank you for scrubbing the burner.
No problem.
I appreciate
I
it.
tried my best. I got annoyed with it. I had to stop.
It's totally tedious, nasty ass work.
Well, I don't mind finishing it.
I appreciate what you did because I
was
wanted to have.
really impatient for the cheese to freeze.
I wanted to make sure that we had at least 2 burners in case she wants to make breakfast, you know. So
No,
I'm
you
glad
really
that you did that
outdid
because
yourself on
I got
those.
one and you got the second one, so it's perfect.
Super.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, I tell you.
It's cool. The camera catches like the magnetic flux. Like it-
really?
Satellites that watch the sun do it too. Like when the sun does a little magnetic burst, like sometimes the camera will just, you know,
Oh, how neat.
mess up a little bit and flux.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the videos have the little flux points on them. You'll see it like glitch out trying to
Oh, wow.
zoom in and out real quick.
That's really cool.
I assume it's the magnetism. I think I did it perfect this time.
I'm gonna be bad. I'm gonna grab that cigarette smoke out here. I'm gonna be bad.
Just go close to the fireplace and there should be extra vacuum pull from the coil being perfect and pulling towards the center. Should be extra pull. But you'll be able to see what I mean with heat. It's actually gotten warmer, hasn't it?
It's pretty awesome, awesome.
Well, you know, if you're extra cold in a survival situation, if you need to throw a magnet in the fire, just do it. It'll make you warmer. Sweet, it's going perfect. I want to look at the stages. I wish I could remember all of them. I think there was 9. 1, 2, 3, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think. Here. Look at the fire up that way. See the blue and purples?
Oh my gosh.
Greens or whatever.
Wait, yeah.
Green,
That's the copper.
Green, blue. Yeah, it's the copper sulfur, the copper sulfide, because that makes that bluish stuff, and that attracts the silver. But somehow turquoise is involved in that process.
When I was growing up, they made these fire logs that when you put them in the fire, they would burn all the oranges and pinks and yellows and reds and blues and greens.
Huh.
We loved those things. The fire couldn't go on.
What was it, like white sage just wrapped up as a big log or something?
It was some kind of a composite where they had melted it all down and made it into a log. But it was so pretty because we'd get the fire going and then we'd stick one of those in there and we'd all sit back and watch the light show. It was so bitchin'.
This fire is so peaceful.
It's mellow.
Yeah.
It's a mellow fire.
It's at a certain stage. So I think it went through the initial process right away. So it's at one of those later stages. It's not at the second to last, and it's not at the last.
Mm-hmm.
I can only picture a few. I know I'm forgetting like.
This is so over my head.
3.
I can't even hardly wrap my mind around it.
Me too. It's interesting. But
I want to thank
one was an accident. I threw magnets in the fire and like a like army knife thing, just to see if magnets had a part in like Japanese swordsmith making. So I was like, okay, I just want to see. And like the mozzarella cheese, there wasn't room in the trash. And it was moldy, so I threw that in there. And I had some pennies, and I threw them in there. And I threw a silver dime in there. But that was just weird. So I was like, whoa, okay. So I tried it again with some pennies and some mozzarella cheese. Or no.
How long have you been doing this?
Some pennies and cheddar cheese and magnets, and it just didn't work. So the mozzarella cheese had something to do with it. So I was like, this is the 8th try. But then I tried 3 magnetic fusion experiments just with the coil and the magnets to try to condense the gold and see if I could smelt it that way. But that really didn't work.
No.
It kind of just burned it off, even though it left a trace, like 1 carat.
That's a shame.
Yeah, so a lot of trial and error, but all in all, I've only really tried 6 times for this process, and then 3 times for the magnetic fusion process.
I can think of worse things for you to be playing with. So, this is...
Well, the coil can be important for...
As long as you don't get obsessed with it.
Yeah, the coil can be important for cleansing liquid radioactive waste. The copper tubing can change the way electricity is distributed over miles as an inline acid-free capacitor. This process, if it works, can replicate what a star's supernova could do, if it works.
Yeah, as long as you don't obsess.
No, but that could change the state of electronics, because even though the shale, that type of gaseous aqua blue thick layer shale with the gas in it is a rarity. But it could change the way electronics are made, because if it can do what it can, then instead of, all our wires could have a better capacitance.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of improvement to be made.
Yeah, electricity wouldn't suck anymore. mean, the tubing works for the speaker sound quality when you use it for the tubing spliced onto the positive wire. It makes the sound.
Magnifies it.
Yeah, it makes it sound circular instead of just
It magnifies
flat.
it. Yeah, it magnifies it.
Oh,
yeah.
That'd be like an amplifier, and that has like a bunch of stuff. It doesn't really act like an amplifier. Like a capacitor would be a weak amplifier, so it acts more like a inline acid-free capacitor rather. But it totally corrects the sound. So for audio, it's like a rectifier. It doesn't amplify, but it's like a rectifier. It lets each note go the way it wants to in that circle, rather than just being flat.
Gives it life.
Yeah, more 3D sound. Yeah. It sounds live.
Gives more for you too.
It does give it life. It sounds more live.
Are you hungry?
Live quality sounds that way.
Before I get ready for bed, you want to eat? Should I feed you?
No, I'm okay. I've got some babysitting to do on my.
I know. I just thought before I went to bed I should feed you.
Well, for a word, the device would be a plasmatron. That's what the world would call it. I found that out recently, but it's just a
Speaking of trons, I want to go back to Legtron.
metallurgy experiment
I want to go back to
with
Legtron.
magnets and a coil.
I want to go back to Legtron.
That'd be cool.
I want to take Nick.
Huh. Yeah, it stinks they won't try to build it up, but maybe with tubing for a positive power, it'd be enough power. Yeah, let's plan on making a trip out there sometime.
Let's do that.
I think the fire yelled at me maybe wants another piece, but I have to find an appropriate size.
Yeah, I've got to get some more wood in here.
I'll grab some in the morning.
Well, everything down out back's wet 'cause it's raining again.
There's stuff on the porch, so I can
know.
clear on the porch and bring stuff from the.
I know, but all the
Oh my god.
all the middle-sized wood is wet.
Yeah, but if it's on the porch, it'll get dry by the time you run out of all the porch wood.
Yeah, I'm starting to get tired. Oh, do I have an alarm set for off?
Is it a shorty? There is one little.
Do I have an alarm? Clock, where are you?
Do you have work tomorrow or church or anything?
Church.
Okay. Thank you for letting me wear Romero's cross.
I've got church, and then when I'm done with church, me and Ashley are going to Riverside for the expo.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be down there all day till like 8?
No, it's over at like 4:30.
Okay. So you'll be back like 7 unless you guys stop for food or something.
We'll be back by 6 because they want to leave.
Okay. I think it might be about to go to another stage.
This is so over my head, I have no idea.
The magnets get hot in the fire and their electricity goes into the copper. So the electricity follows the copper, and basically it's just taking everything in a big donut shape and focusing it in the center. So it's getting super hot and super condensed in the center. It's really hot. I couldn't even get close to it with that poker.
Oh, do you have stuff out for breakfast? Let me check. Make sure, like bacon and sausages. Hash browns, whatever. Only one egg. Damn it. I didn't pay attention. Okay, I'm gonna go grab bacon and sausage. But there's only one egg. Oh, there's pancake mix. You guys have pancakes? Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, pancakes. That'll work. You guys have pancakes? I'll get bacon and sausage.
That sounds like cheese is melting.
Your cheese melting?
It sounds like it. Did it stay frozen this whole time? It sounds like cheese. There's no mistaking cheese oil. So,
Oh no. Yeah, it's definitely, yeah.
you hear it too? Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Okay, I'm
making
gonna
sure.
grab bacon and sausage.
Half pound of mozzarella, half pound of mercury, whatever of gold, whatever of the iron does steel that was on the gold magnet. 12 pennies, however much silver that was. 3 pounds of lead, give or take. Probably half pound potato, half pound mushroom. Three heaping spoonfuls of sulfur, about a spoonful. So powdered shale, spoonful of each flux. Sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, sodium tetraborate, borax, sodium or potassium nitrate, saltpeter, magnesium sulfate, Epsom salt. Spoonful of each of that.
Okay, I'm putting bacon and sausage in the meat drawer.
Okay.
And then
That sounds
pancakes
good.
out here. There's one egg left, but I think that's all it takes. Or do it just in water.
For what, the pancake?
Yeah.
I throw an egg in, make it a little richer
It just
anyway.
takes water, okay. So yeah, you're good. It just takes water.
I might throw an egg in.
Oh, gotta pee. I'll be back.
Maybe some cinnamon.